Park's now in session. The Honorable Brian Hartwell presiding.
Thanks. You may be seated.
Calling People versus Ladamien Keith Hill, 258-0270, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, detectives. We'll first perform the swear to. Which detective would give testimony today?
I will, sir.
All right, would you stand and raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm testimony you give will be the truth, and that you reviewed the contents of the warrant and complaint to the best of your knowledge? The information is complete.
Yes, sir.
Tell me your name.
Detective Lorenzo Fragnoli.
All right, what would you like to tell me?
Thank you, sir. On September 1st of 2025, Hazel Park officers were dispatched to 23084 Berdino, which is in the city of Hazel Park, county of Oakland, at approximately 4:15 p.m. Officers were met by the caller, Edward Hill. Officers located a female in the living room of that location, face down, covered in blood. Blood was also splattered on the south wall of the living room. Officers discovered the female, Linda Hill, to have a deep laceration to her neck. Officers subsequently located a young male, Kardi Jackson, in the rear of the home, also with a deep laceration to his neck. At this time, detectives were called in. A search warrant was authorized and executed on the Berdino home. Oakland County crime scene unit arrived on scene and collected biological evidence from that same location. Family began showing up at that time at the residence, and I spoke with Wakita Hall, who stated that she was on the phone with Linda at 2:22 p.m. and the call lasted approximately 46 minutes. Wakita advised that they were having a conversation and the phone went silent. Wakita advised she heard nothing of concern at that time. A ring camera also was located across the street from that same location, which showed a red sedan possibly leaving 23084 Berdino. A camera search of nearby businesses showed a red, older model Lincoln MKZ northbound on Berdino at 3:09 p.m. That same camera shows the same car southbound at 3:17 p.m. The search warrant was authorized on Linda's phone, which revealed that Linda was on the phone with Wakita and then took a call from someone named Andre, later determined to be DeAndre Davis. Once the forensic team was done processing the location, I entered the home and searched the residence with Detective Porter. Linda and Kardi had severe and critical lacerations spanning the whole length of their neck. Once the search was completed, detectives returned to the station, and at approximately 1:44 a.m., I spoke with Dwight Hill, who stated that he was the nephew, stated that his nephew, Ladamien Hill, showed up to the house naked and laid in Linda's bed and asked for forgiveness. Prior to this, the family had been trying to reach Ladamien with negative results. Dwight advised that Ladamien showed up to the house in a red sedan and left the location approximately 20 minutes prior to my notification of these events. The owner of the sedan at this time was unknown. Detectives continued to check area cameras to narrow down the direction of travel for that red Lincoln, which was tracked to westbound 8 Mile and West End. The Lincoln was then picked up on flock cameras and provided a plate for that vehicle. The vehicle registered to a female out of Pontiac. Additional members of the department proceeded to the area of the Pontiac residence and conducted surveillance on the house and the suspect vehicle in front of the location. Officers observed Ladamien Hill on the front porch of the residence at that time. Detective Jackson and I spoke with DeAndre Davis, who was unaware of Linda's passing. DeAndre stated they went on a date the day prior and texting the day of the murder. DeAndre advised he called Linda, which was confirmed from her call log, at approximately 2:51 p.m. and lasted until 3:17 p.m. DeAndre advised that Linda stated her brother was at the location and she had to go. The call was then ended. That time frame correlates with the times from area businesses that the red sedan was located in the area. Due to the fact that the call was ended and the area businesses caught the sedan southbound on Berdino seconds later, this indicates that the killing of Linda and Kardi happened almost immediately upon Ladamien entering the home and DeAndre ending the phone call with Linda. At this time, I authored a search warrant for the residence in Pontiac. Oakland County SWAT was notified and executed the search warrant and took Ladamien into custody without incident. On Ladamien's person was a blood-covered sweatshirt at the time of the arrest, and during the search of the residence, black jeans were recovered that had apparent blood on them as well. Home security footage was retrieved from the Pontiac house, which shows Ladamien entering the home at 6:37 p.m. on the day of the murder, wearing the sweatshirt and pants that were recovered. Additional evidence was collected from the Pontiac home and subsequently processed. A search of the red Lincoln in front of the Pontiac residence also revealed the presence of blood contained inside. The vehicle was processed as well by the Oakland County crime scene unit, and the owner of the Pontiac residence and the red Lincoln advised that Ladamien was the only person using the vehicle for approximately the last 10 days. The resident stated that to detectives that Ladamien showed up to the Pontiac residence naked and stated that he lost his phone and didn't want to talk about why he came home naked. This occurred after he had already showed up to the Berdino home naked. Ladamien was transported to the station where he was processed. Ladamien subsequently refused to cooperate with detectives and provide any insight to a motive for the killing. The weapon used in this crime has not yet been recovered, and this case was then subsequently presented to the Oakland County Prosecutor's Office, who authorized a 2-count warrant that sits before you, count 1 being for homicide, murder, first degree, premeditated for the killing of Linda Faye Hill. Count 2 being for homicide, murder, first degree, premeditated for the killing of Kardi Jackson.
Anything else you'd like to add?
We'll have a subsequent bond request.
The court's been presented with a proper complaint based on the factual allegations contained in the actual complaint and the sworn testimony moments ago. The court finds probable cause to believe that the accused committed the alleged offenses. I've issued the warrant and I've signed the complaint. Okay, let's shift to the arraignment. All right, recalling 25H0270FY, State of Michigan versus Ladamien Keith Hill. Your appearance?
Yeah, Dana Wilson appearing on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor. Defendant stands mute, asking the not guilty plea be entered. He would request that the charges be read to him, Your Honor, and he would request a court-appointed attorney, Your Honor.
Are you Ladamien Keith Hill?
I am.
This is your arraignment. You've been charged with 2 counts in the complaint. Count 1 is premeditated homicide, murder first degree. This is a count that could be punished with life in prison without parole, with DNA to be taken. Count 2 is the same. Premeditated homicide, murder first degree. This felony could be punished with life in prison without parole and DNA to be taken. The court will enter not guilty pleas on your behalf for both of these counts. You have the right, a constitutional right to a trial by jury. You have a constitutional right to be represented by an attorney at all stages of this case. I will give you a free attorney through all the stages in the district court. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or write can be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present anytime you're questioned on this case. And you have the right for the court to consider any type of bail. Is there any input from the detectives on bail?
Detective Jackson, Hazel Park Police Department. Ladamien is a 43-year-old male. He has a lengthy criminal history spanning from 2004 to the current charges. 2004, he received his first conviction for controlled substance. 2006, assault and battery. 2009, domestic violence. 2007, assault with intent to murder, pled down to assault with intent to do great bodily harm less than murder, along with felony firearm. 2009, we continue with controlled substance. 2010, domestic violence, second offense. 2012, felony firearm, second offense. 2012, possession of a controlled substance. 2009, disorderly person, and 2019 OWI, which is in active warrant status. An MDOC report also showed that Ladamien served his maximum time on his last prison sentence without parole and without improvement. Ladamien has 2 outstanding arrest warrants in lien for failing to appear on court orders. Upon Ladamien's arrest and search warrant of the home he was in, we located journal notes in his room that appeared to be a list of items he was trying to gather in order to flee, including a passport, guns, vehicle that he wanted to get, and clothes he wanted to bring. Ladamien stated he was a roofer as employment, self-employed. He also did side jobs. However, at this time, Your Honor, we ask that bond be denied due to the severity of the offense, that Ladamien is a threat to the public if released. He also is a flight risk based on the notes that we found that he was attempting to flee, and based on a lengthy criminal history and lack of improvement from a past serious criminal conviction. That is all.
Is there any input from the county?
Yes, thank you, Paige Carper, for the record. I did speak with the defendant when he was in the lockup in the Hazel Park Police Department. I did speak to his child's mother as well to verify information. He is 43, single. He has 7 children. He does live with his child's mother at the Redford address. It was confirmed he's been there for the last 6 to 7 years with their minor child. He's been working in roofing since 2016. He declined to answer substance use questions. However, it was stated to me that he may use alcohol, marijuana, and occasional pills. He did not report any mental health concerns to me, nor did his reference. At the time of arrest, he did have active bench warrants. He does have a lengthy criminal history. He does have prior convictions of violence and weapons offenses. The deceased victims in this matter are Linda Hill of Hazel Park, 41, who is his sister, and her minor 12-year-old son, who is the defendant's nephew. I did not find any prior contacts with them in Clemmis. He did not live with the victims of this matter. Based on the serious nature of the offense and the allegations that surround this matter, and the defendant's past violent convictions, there are no conditions or combination of conditions that will assure his appearance in court or mitigate the danger to the community at large. Per MCR 6.106, the court may deny bond solely on the offense of murder. Therefore, pretrial services is respectfully asking that bond be denied in this matter today. Thank you.
Thank you. Counsel, do you have any input on the issue of bond?
Just briefly, Your Honor, the defendant, he is working, he's a roofer by trade, makes $600 to $700. He's not on probation, he's not on parole. And he's had stable residence on Gilmore and Redford. So he does have, stable residence. I realize it's a very serious crime, though. The only thing I would ask for is just a original cash bond.
Any other input on bond?
No, sir.
Anything else, counsel, on bond?
Nothing for you.
When a court is setting bond, it's trying to answer several questions. One, if you're released, are you a danger to the community? And two, what's the likelihood of you returning to court? Based on what I heard from the detectives, I am worried about that you may be a flight risk. The court can look at other things, your history of convictions, your history of showing up or failing to appear in court. I could consider the seriousness of the charges. These are as serious as it gets. I'm a little bit concerned about your failing to appear in court in previous cases. But the easier answer for me is MCR 6.106, which denies your release entirely because you've been charged with murder. So my decision to deny release and deny any type of money bail is based on that court rule. So you have no opportunity to be released. Your release is denied. Obvious conditions, no criminal activity, don't break the law, no violent or threatening behavior. Appear in court, sheriff will transport you to court hearings. We have to schedule several hearings now because it's a felony. You have a right to have a probable cause conference and a preliminary examination. And if you're in the district court that long, because I denied your bond, you have a right to have another bond hearing within 90 days.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
I don't know, did you read all the charges to the defendant?
I read counts 1 and 2. Are there any other counts?
No, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
I'll
sir.
make sure you get all the charges. Okay.
Thanks for asking. Okay. Are the parties requesting a probable cause conference to be in person or virtually on Zoom?
I would have to be in person, Your Honor.
The in-person probable cause conference will be held here in 43rd District Court, September 16 at 10:45 a.m. September 16 at 10:45 a.m. It will be held with me. The exam will be scheduled a week later. That will be September 23rd at 12:55 p.m. Again in this court. And then we'll talk about the new bond hearing within the next 90 days. We can start that conversation at the BCC. Is there anything else to discuss today?
No, sir.
Anything else, Council? Okay, Mr. Hill, we'll see you soon. All right, goodbye.